read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Randall Wade claims his ex let their son use a mobile gambling app, and he took hundreds of dollars from his account to place bets. Marcy Gibbons says the plaintiff is addicted to gambling and is a bad influence on their 8-year-old child.
I've got Randall Wade here for my plaintiff and Marcy Gibbons as my defendant. Mr. Wade, you are suing the defendant for $755. I do see there is a young witness here for the defendant, Mr. Dylan Wade. Thanks for being with us, sir. Mr. Wade, what brings you to court today?
Today, I am suing my ex-girlfriend for $755 based off of our son using a mobile app game that I told her twice not to use.
Okay, so this is your son, Mr. Dylan Wade. Dylan, how old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
8 years old, okay. And talk to me a little bit, Ms. Gibbons, about what your ex here is referring to. What is this game and what is he talking about?
Well, Randall and I, we met in Vegas. I worked as a blackjack dealer at a casino. He made me feel very magical, the feelings. It was really, really nice. A year into dating, I ended up pregnant with my beautiful, beautiful baby Dylan.
Nice.
But throughout that time, he recreationally gambled. It wasn't an issue.
So y'all were together for about a year.
Yeah.
And you saw him doing some gambling. But you did say Vegas.
Yeah.
So was it out of the ordinary? Was it excessive?
No, I mean, everyone gambles around us. It wasn't until around 5 years, Dylan's 5 years old, and he's starting to prioritize gambling over the household, and we were...
So y'all were living together that whole time?
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
yes.
When did y'all break up?
A year later.
Okay, so 6 years into the relationship.
Yes.
Okay, so how's the co-parenting going? Let me start with you.
The co-parenting's wonderful, great.
She's a great mom?
Great mom, takes the kid to school, everything. Our relationship is even more better and stronger than ever.
Okay, well that's good to hear. Would you agree with that, ma'am?
Not fully,
Okay.
no. There is a reason he no longer lives in my household anymore. And it was because he was not providing for us. Financially.
Okay.
He was putting us in a deficit, actually.
Was he working?
Yeah. He
On
works
and
as a
off?
security guard.
Okay.
Not making much money because he was using it all for gambling.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So...
And you work as well, obviously.
Yes, I at the time was working in the casino as a table dealer. Now I work at a very high-end restaurant. I've been able to self-sustain, both of us, through that, but we did come to a compromise. Until he worked on his gambling addiction, he cannot see Dylan.
Oh, is that true, sir? You're not seeing your son recently?
Yes and no. So we had a discussion with one another. We sat down and we said that in order for me to see Dylan, I have to go seek out some type of support system. Yes.
So you admit that there is an issue with you in gambling?
Yes, but
What's your game of choice? I'm just curious.
Craps.
Okay. So you got an issue. You acknowledge you got an issue. The mother of your son wants you to get some help. You agree some help could be a good thing?
Yes.
So what did happen? Do you go about getting the services?
Yes, and no, I no longer gamble. I did the service for 6 months. I no longer gamble.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Okay. Golly, she's like a human lie detector. Okay, she's determined it's a lie. What happened, ma'am, actually?
So our agreement was that he can start seeing Dylan every other weekend. I think it's important Dylan sees his father if he stops gambling, which we were under the agreement. He got the support.
So he did go to the resource center for 6 months?
Correct.
Then what happened?
He told me he stopped gambling. So Dylan, he loves to play auto blocks. Him and his friends at school,
What's
they
it
play
called?
Auto blocks.
What's auto blocks, Dylan?
It's just like a variety of games like you could play, and then it has like ads in between and stuff.
So this is on the phone?
Well,
Is it digital?
Phone,
yes.
computer.
Computer. Okay, so it's digital.
Yeah, you
Okay.
win prizes, you earn badges, you know, you're going through adventures pretty much.
Okay, so that's what you enjoy playing.
Yes.
Okay, now do you put money on this?
Yeah, sometimes I'll ask my mom, like if I do good in school, she'll give me like money so I could buy tokens for the
Okay.
games.
We come to an agreement. He's been doing much better without the stress of us arguing in the household, and he's working towards earning that, and
Well,
that's
that
his
stands
reward.
to reason. Now, how much money are we talking about, Mom?
$7, $10.
$7 to $10. Okay, so
Yes.
a couple of dollars. So where do we get to $755, sir?
So what occurred was that we had a conversation more than once, and throughout those conversations, I told Dylan about the game, and he told me about the game. You go on adventures with your friends, and there was an ad that, basically a little slot machine ad that popped up. Dylan clicked on it. He thought it was just like my game that I play, and it also has ads as well.
What game do you play?
A sport betting app, which I bet on the team or the players.
So this is not craps,
No, this is,
but this is sports betting.
yes, this is me virtually sport betting.
Okay, and your son has seen you do this,
Yes,
and this has been done as recently as the last year or so.
yes,
So after you were successful in stopping the craps, you've picked this up.
yes.
Is that
Our
correct?
agreement is that he's not gambling at all.
I understand, but that's why I'm trying to see the order of things, ma'am. Okay, so that's what you're doing. He's seen you do that. He confuses your game for his game, and he
Yes.
bet on the sports betting.
Yes, the app is connected to my bank account, in which $755 came out
So he's with you.
on the weekends.
Right, so when he placed this $755 bet, he was with you.
He was with me, yes.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
In addition to wanting to spend time with your son, do you want to be back in a relationship with your ex?
And later,
I left my son in the care of Monica as she agreed to babysit him, and a couple hours later he was in the ER with a concussion and 7 stitches.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Randall Wade and his ex, Marcy Gibbons, over their son's use of a mobile gambling app.
So tell me how this is Miss Marcy's fault.
Number one, we had several talks on several occasions. Secondly, this would have never happened if Dylan would have had 2 of us in the household together. And 3, most of all, we should have been, I should have been.
How is it her fault, sir, if he's at your house playing on your phone? Why are we holding her accountable for that?
Because I told her on multiple occasions to talk to him about it.
Oh, I get it. So you think she can control his behavior telepathically from her own house?
No.
While he's in your house?
No, no.
That must be it. Because is anybody else struggling to understand where her accountability is supposed to be?
This is why we're separated. Like, how do you not notice all that money's coming out of your bank account?
Let's go to this
I had not a
text
clue.
message. Let's go to this text message Mr. Wade has presented to the court. Hey, have you seen this mystery crate game Dylan is playing? I don't like the look of it. It's promoting gambling and it's a bad influence. You should pay more attention to what he's playing. So this is you talking to his
Yes,
mother.
that's the second time I talked to her. I didn't talk
She
to
says,
her.
Randall, I explained to him how dangerous gambling can be, but this is just a kid's game. It's really not that deep. Chill. I'm telling you, he's learning the wrong lessons. Okay, so what's the situation with y'all now? Let's just get to it. Dylan, when's the last time you were able to see your dad?
Usually when I go over his house on the weekends, like once in a while.
So now it's kind of once in a while. It's
Yeah.
not regular because mom's upset that he's back gambling now with the sports on his phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the issue, ma'am?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So what would it take because you said to the court, which we all agree, it's important for Dylan to be able to spend time with his dad. You miss your dad, Dylan?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he wants to see his dad. Dad wants to see him. You want him to see his dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does his dad need to do to make it so he can go back to every other weekend?
I need his dad to commit. I need his dad to 100% not be going behind my back, or for Dylan's sake, stop gambling, prioritize the household.
Would you like him back in the home with you?
I would.
But
But
you
I mean,
yeah.
You want me to pay for things that you're negligent on? Is crazy.
So you need the stop of the gambling and you need more income.
Correct.
In addition to wanting to spend time with your son, do you want to be back in a relationship with your ex?
I would.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
Why y'all be so hesitant to just say, I want that old thing back? I mean, my goodness. I would too. I mean, this is an absolutely gorgeous woman. She's doing a wonderful job raising your beautiful young son.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the American dream right here sitting over there, sir. Go ahead, take a look at it.
He's doing great in school. He's able to focus. He has great friends. His teachers love him.
And all she's saying you would need to do to have your family back that you say you want is to take an app off your phone.
I can do that.
Are you committed to doing that?
I'm committed to doing that, Your Honor.
So you're going to seek treatment again? Because I think you're going to need some treatment again to help you, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't have a problem with that, Your Honor.
So you're going to leave this courtroom and you're going to do what's needed to resume this family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm happy to hear it. In the meantime, let me do what I'm here to do today, and that is make a ruling on this case. Mr. Wade, I wish you all the success, all the luck, all the support, all the healing in your journey to recover from what is a very common addiction in this nation, which is gambling, and becoming more addictive with the access of it being on the phones and in the palm of our hands. So I wish you much success in your journey to beat it.
Thank you.
And I believe you can. But as it comes to this claim, $755 for a negligence claim against Miss Marcy Gibbons, the mother of your son, because your son played a game that was on your phone that allowed him access to spend your money, that is very much on you, sir. Plaintiff's claim is dismissed, ruling in favor for the defendant. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
Any final thoughts?
I couldn't be happier with the decisions. I hope he gets help for himself.
I'm glad everything worked out the way it needed to.
All right, judge has made a ruling.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
At around 6 p.m., she came down to watch Caleb, and I left to go on the date.
Yes.
By 7:30, I got a frantic phone call from her saying that she was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital and that Caleb was injured.
This is Equal Justice. Laura Bennett claims her son wound up in the ER because her neighbor didn't properly supervise him. Monica Reyes says Ms. Bennett gave her child a sugary treat that made him bounce off the walls. The defendant is countersuing for $200.
I see I've got Laura Bennett here as my plaintiff. Miss Bennett, you've got a very cute young witness with you, Caleb Bennett.
Yes.
And for my defendant, I see Monica Reyes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Bennett, you are suing Ms. Reyes for $1,344. What brings you to court? Well, before we get there, I do see there is a countersuit from Ms. Reyes for $200. Okay. Now, Ms. Bennett, what brings you to court today?
I'm here today because on September 6th, I left my son in the care of Monica as she agreed to babysit him, and a couple hours later, he was in the ER with a concussion and 7 stitches.
Wow, okay. Caleb, how old are you, dear?
I am 7.
7 years old, okay, awesome. Ms. Bennett, what is the relationship with Ms. Reyes? Is this your friend, your neighbor? Who is this?
She's my upstairs neighbor.
Okay, upstairs neighbor. All right, Ms. Reyes, you did agree to watch young Caleb here for the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and had you ever watched or babysat him before?
No. I'd seen him around in the apartment complex, and I've said hi to him a few times, and Laura and I are on speaking terms, you know, just casual
Standard.
friends.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Bennett, why did you need a sitter for this particular occasion?
I had a date that evening, and my regular babysitter canceled last minute. I was pretty upset about it, and I ran into Monica in the laundry room and told her what had happened, and she offered to babysit Caleb at no charge.
Oh, wow.
And so at around 6 p.m., she came down to watch Caleb, and I left to go on the date.
Yes.
By 7:30, I got a frantic phone call from her saying that she was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital and that Caleb was injured.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Do you remember jumping up and down on Mommy's sofa?
Yeah.
A little bit, okay. Do you remember this lady here, Ms. Reyes, asking you to stop doing that?
No.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Laura Bennett, who brought Monica Reyes to court for personal injury and property damage.
So what happened to end up to where you and young Caleb here end up in the ambulance?
So he was bouncing off the walls, and I was like, what is going on? And he said that his mom gave him one of these apple fritters to basically coax him to be a good boy.
So how about it, Miss Bennett? Was there a little bribery going on with the apple fritter?
Yes, I was feeling guilty for leaving Caleb, and I did give him an apple fritter, but I've also given him
He looks like he wants another apple fritter, the way he lit up about that. Was the apple fritter good, Caleb?
Yes.
Yes. Hilarious. Okay, and then what happened?
So he started calming down, and everything was fine, and had a phone call. And so I just moved away out from the TV so, you know, I could hear my phone call, but I was still in the same room. And Caleb started bouncing on the couch, jumping up and down the couch. And I told him to stop, and he didn't stop. I was like, Caleb, get off the couch. And he jumped off this couch and tried to go over the coffee table, hit a corner of the coffee table. It's flipped over, and it was chaos. It was just glass everywhere, and I was maybe 4 feet away from him, and everything just happened so quick.
So fast. So you called 911.
Yes, ma'am.
Ambulance comes, and then you're there. Caleb, do you remember all of this, right?
Not. I know the half of it.
So half of it? Okay. Do you remember jumping up and down on Mommy's sofa?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay. Do you remember this lady here, Miss Reyes, asking you to stop doing that?
No.
You don't remember that? That's interesting. You don't remember that. And do you sometimes jump up and down on the sofa when Mom's home too?
Sometimes when it's like a lot of sugar.
Sometimes you have a lot of sugar?
Yeah, I cannot stop myself.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
I had some concern when I heard that there was a phone call and, you know, that there was an interruption of the caretaking duties. But I'm satisfied that it was so momentary and that you were within eyesight of young Caleb the entire time. I do feel that young Caleb just told this whole courtroom that Mommy knows when I get a lot of sugar in my system, I bounce up and down on the couch. Y'all heard the young man, right? And kids, they have a tendency to tell the truth, Miss Bennett. So I'm gonna believe young Caleb on this one. The court feels that Miss Reyes satisfied her duty of care at the maximum ability, actually. Counterclaim for the defendant of $200 is granted, and the plaintiff's claim for $1,344 is dismissed. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff is ordered to pay $200.
Any final thoughts?
This was just too crazy for me. It was just...
I think it's convenient that the judge heard when Caleb said that sugar makes him crazy, but chose to ignore the part where he said that Miss Reyes never told him to stop jumping.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.